So typically the public comes to the Grey Roots Museum and they see an exhibition installed and walk around and enjoy it. The public typically doesn't get to see what happens when the gallery's closed and when you're installing. Can you
That's right.
describe a bit about the process?
Well, we have a large space here, and usually you need to strike or take down an exhibit before the new one comes in. So we had a large exhibit here. It took 2 days to pack it up. And then it's cleaning the floors and doing painting and getting ready for the new one to come. This exhibit, Discover Ancient Greece, comes from the Children's Museum of Manhattan, and it was so large it took 2 of those large tractor trailer units to come. The beauty of this exhibit, though, they've incorporated a lot of the crates, so you always have to worry about where you're going to put the crates. And then it's putting it all together. And putting it together is a massive job for staff, and thank goodness all of our summer students have started, but we also have a lot of dedicated volunteers that come to assist and lift and tote and haul and screw now.
Right.
Yes, it takes an army.
Right. How many people are involved in this installation?
Well, 17.
17 people.
Yes, and we feed them every day too, so that's another job to feed them, but it's well worth it.
And typically your exhibition changeovers, how long does it take to strike an exhibition and then prep and then install before you're ready for opening day?
That's a good question. It depends on the size of the exhibit. So for the summer, it takes us about a week or 5 working days. So we'll work through the weekend. We're pulling a long day today, 8 till 6. You don't want to wear people out completely. Striking an exhibit or taking it down always goes a lot quicker, so we're looking at 1 to 2 days, but then repairing holes or anything that special you might have done for it. This particular room, we have a set of long black curtains that hang, so that sort of takes care of this room. That goes up fairly quickly. So every exhibit has a different tone or how you want it to feel or what color. Paint is a really good, cheap, fast way to change the feeling in an exhibit space.
Right. I'm assuming that you really have to look at the exhibition coming in and quickly figure out how it's best going to suit your space.
That's right. And then we also work with the exhibit designers on the Manhattan end, and we give them our floor plan and they lay things out and we fine tune it. But no matter what you do, there's always something you haven't planned for. For example, in Greece, there's a component of the exhibit we thought was freestanding, but it actually has to attach to the wall, and just in behind where I am now. So then,
right.
So you always have to be flexible with plans that you had. Things will always change.
Now, I noticed a lot of the installers seem to be young people.
Yes.
Or would they be students?
Yes, they're all summer students. 7 of them are with the Heritage Interpretation Department, so we do the exhibits and the programs. There is one young fellow, and he's actually the installer who comes with the exhibit, so John is there. We also have students that are from other departments, like the Facilities Department, and we have young volunteers as well, and there are staff.
Would some of the students be studying history or
Yes.
related disciplines, and this is an opportunity to further their education and understanding
Yes.
of museum work?
And we actually have 2 students. One of them, she's studying classical history in Greece in particular, so it was fitting for this year. But all the students are either in history or they're studying education. We have a student who's just gotten her certificate from Fleming in conservation, and she's going in the fall to do a double master's program. One of her degrees would be her MA would be in museum studies. So they're trying to combine like collections and telling the stories. So yes, almost all the students here, this is what they're studying, this is their field of study. We had literally hundreds of applicants for summer jobs this year, and we had so many great young people. We tried to hire the children, I want to call them my children, the youth that are looking towards doing this as a career.
Right. It's in terms of their studies, there's the actual, university, college programs, but then there's also the hands-on opportunities.
Right.
Which how do they respond to these opportunities to work at the museum?
I think they just love it. There's just so much variety. So on Tuesday, they weren't quite needed for packing up the Tales of Fantasy because they were at a point where they didn't need all the hands. So then the youth were out in the village because we've had wigwam didn't survive very well during the winter, so they were taking parts of the bark off the wigwam. And the next moment they can be, well, literally cleaning a toilet. We have to do everything here, or getting ready for an education program. They're doing a lot of research right now and studying. So the learning curve is huge, and all of them are finished school for a couple of weeks, so they had that bit of a break, and then they come back here and But I think we have the best students, honestly, in the world. We really do. I
Great.
couldn't add a crew.
So Discover Ancient Greece opens May 18th of the long weekend. Can you tell us a little bit about the exhibition?
This exhibit we really liked because it talks about ancient civilizations. We know teachers love that, so May and June we are booked solid with school programs. And school programs really should be the bread and butter of a museum because it's getting the youth in, the teachers in, they talk to their families and they come back. So ancient civilizations is a really great topic. We know that they'll come. But what really struck us about this exhibit is in the promotional material, they talked about their steering committee or their youth advisory committee, and it was a group of 30 10-year-olds. So I thought, how super cool is an exhibit that's been vetted and developed with 10-year-olds in mind? So it's completely hands-on. There's a 13-foot Trojan horse that the kids can climb inside. Of course, it's all safe. There's so many different interactive elements and reproduction artifacts that the kids can be in. It's just an amazing exhibit, and it's coming together so nicely. I just wish we had a little bit more space because I think we really could have really done, if we just had more, we always say that, if we just had a little more space.
More space, right? With ancient civilization, I'm sure some of the students coming here might know the word Trojan horse,
Yes.
but they might not really know what it's about, the history, and this is an opportunity to sort of place those, the cultural memory of the Trojan horse. That term is passed on, but somehow the meanings aren't. Is this a great opportunity for education and learning?
Oh, that's such a good question. Yes, there's a lot of that, and they talk about that's one of the parts of the lesson plan that comes with it. There's an educational package and also program that we've developed, but different terms that we use, where did they come from? So yes, that's an excellent one. A lot of kids don't know. Well, a lot of adults surprisingly don't know, so it's good for adults too.
Right. Yeah, terms like Zeus.
Yes.
Zeus, everyone knows the word Zeus, but exactly the history and the lineage.
Yes.
And,
And I've studied this in university as well, and a lot of people have as well, but I really feel like the Greeks got ripped off in that the Romans took a lot of credit for some of the things that they had done, and I think for an adult to go through, it's a really great experience. I think it would be a great experience if you had younger children or children at 10 years old. It's just a magnificent age because they're really exploring things and being more hands. Big people can't get through the Trojan horse, so you and I would never make it. You're way too tall. I think it's really great when you see grandparents coming in too. We see a lot of grandparents coming in with their children, and they want to be content experts too, and so they're sharing things. That's why I think the village works really well, because they can talk about some of the things they've been with or worked with or actually used, and it's great to share. And here they can discover things together. So we also have like a scavenger hunt program, so for younger ones who might not get like things that are in the Grey County Gallery, they can still explore and get some key messages out that way and have fun while other people are looking at it.
Right.
So that's what I see the Greece exhibit. You really will learn a lot, and yet I shouldn't even say that. I think learning is fun, and most people who come to museums and living history sites, learning is fun. So a lot of people don't get that connection, but if your brain is being stimulated, and if I've learned something new and have a new wrinkle in my brain, I am really happy. So I've already so much more from this exhibit.
In addition to the booked school tours, will there be any public programming open to the general public as a special activity day associated with the exhibition?
Yes, well, we have a really lovely dedicated members base, and so we do have a special opening on the Friday night just for members, and we do lots of really fun things and have Greek inspired food, a baklava, and a craft for the kids to do, films that we're showing. We just have a really fun time with it, and all the students be dressed in togas, so we'll have a toga party. We've developed a birthday party theme around it, and we've already booked 3 birthday parties, which are great. We also offer programming to outside day camp groups, and some of them are day cares, like little ones like Bobby's Daycare. But then we do trades with like Bruce County Cultural Museum. We'll get groups up from the Y, so we offer a 2-hour program, and then they can just explore and hang out and be on the site for the rest of the day. So yes, and we will be offering tours through it. We have films to go with it. We have besides the school program, we offer adult tours and adult programs too. So it's fun. It's just pulled together.